What is up, ladies and gentlemen? What is going on? This, of course, is Wednesday. It is September 12th. Let me make sure that I am up and running. Yeah, it does appear that we are up and running. It is episode 199. Episode 199. And tomorrow, folks, is episode 200. Episode 200. But guess what? Nothing special is planned whatsoever. Nothing big at all. It is basically just going to be a normal everyday episode with one exception. One exception to tomorrow's episode. Tomorrow's episode will begin at 2 p.m. Pacific time. 2 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow. So remember, tomorrow's episode, 2 p.m. Pacific time, I do have a doctor's appointment at 10:30 a.m. tomorrow. So obviously we'll not be back in time to bang out one of these episodes. But at 2 p.m. I will. So a little bit of a later show tomorrow. I'm going to grab a sip of water real quick here. Hold on a second. Alrighty, here we go. Needed that sip of water real quick. Absolutely. So today, what is on the docket today? And I got to tell you, folks, not much. This could be a shit show. In fact, this is lining up as a shit show because I don't really have much of anything popping off today. Not a lot of news stories, not a lot of stuff going on, but we will try to do what we can, of course. Now, in the news, as you can see today in chat, our boy Noah is going to be packing for his trip today. He is flying to Florida. He is headed to Plantation, Florida. He is going to be visiting the offices of Magic Leap. I don't know if he'll actually meet Roni Abovitz, but he will be in the building at Magic Leap. I think he's staying there for a number of days. I believe he will be able to try out a whole bunch of various Magic Leap demos. I think he's actually getting his own complimentary Magic Leap 1 headset, that's spectacular. I mean, that's the best part of the whole entire thing is Noah might actually get a complimentary Magic Leap 1 headset, which how freaking incredible is that? That's like getting a complimentary used car that is valued at $3,000 or something. That is pretty cool. So Noah is getting ready for his trip. He's excited about that. James Davis 911 says, wait a minute, isn't there a hurricane heading this way? Well, the hurricane is actually in Roy Schwartz territory. Speaking of Roy Schwartz, what the heck ever happened to Roy Schwartz? Where is Roy Schwartz? Because I haven't seen him in a long time, but I believe Roy Schwartz is in North Carolina. Maybe he packed up and had to get out of there, and he has not been in chat for a while because the last time we were talking with Roy Schwartz and all of that, he had just bought himself a brand new gaming PC, like an Alienware, I believe, gaming PC. And he's had PlayStation VR and he was getting into PC VR gaming, and that's kind of the last we heard. So haven't heard too much about that. Paul Smith says, who do I have to beep to get all this Magic Leap stuff? Well, here's the deal. See, Noah was in the Magic Leap subreddit for the longest time, and he was kind of like the caretaker for the Magic Leap subreddit. And basically, Noah was constantly posting links to new Magic Leap stories, Magic Leap videos, different things on Twitter, all kinds of different stuff. And he just went above and beyond the Call of Duty and was doing all kinds of different things Magic Leap related. And Magic Leap noticed that. And, there was this hype, there was this excitement with the arrival of Magic Leap. And so Magic Leap basically said, hey, Noah, guess what? We're going to fly you out to Plantation, Florida, and you can check out the Magic Leap offices and all that. So that's kind of what's going on there. Tom Lloyd says, hurricane is going towards Carolinas and Georgia. I'm in Florida, and we are fine. Yeah, there's been a lot of hurricanes going on in the news lately. I mean, I was in Hawaii, what, like a couple weeks ago now, right? Maybe like 3 weeks ago, I was in Hawaii, and there was the hurricane that was right off the shore, Hurricane Lane. You know, the big worry was Hurricane Lane, right? And I believe there's like another hurricane that is outside of Hawaii somewhere. I think Hurricane Olivia or something like that. But obviously, this other hurricane that is heading towards North Carolina, much more powerful, much more intense. So hopefully, everybody that is in Georgia, North Carolina, obviously stay safe, get the hell out of the landing spot for that hurricane, and then, you know, let's see what happens. main fan says, Anth showing us the guns. No, there's very little guns going on here. This is called laundry day. This is what happens when all my laundry is dirty. And actually, I was going to iron a shirt about a half an hour ago, ran out of time, and so F it, just have to deal with this. So yeah, I'm kind of dressed down a little bit today. Dressed down. So let's see. What else do we have going on in chat real quick? Jim Hall says, Apple show AR tech at Keynote Live right now. And Tom Lloyd says, Paul, get Star VR instead. I think he's talking about maybe Magic Leap. I'm not sure there. And Eakin Hawk is in chat, and he's saying, should I buy a PSVR or an Oculus Go? I already have a PlayStation 4. And man, that is kind of a hard question right there, because the Oculus Go is a very interesting product. It's a really cool product. It's nice to have wireless. Yesterday, I talked a long time about Drop Dead, that game on the Oculus Go, which honestly, you play that game on the Oculus Go compared to playing it on a Rift, there's really no difference. There's really no difference whatsoever. So that's kind of cool. But obviously, you know, it's not 3 degrees of freedom. So you will know, I mean, it's not 6 degrees of freedom. So you will notice those kinds of issues. If I had a PlayStation 4, honestly, I would probably get a PSVR. There's just too much good stuff that is coming to the PSVR. Too many good things that are coming to the PSVR. He already has a Vive. And I think it's a beautiful combination. I think it's a really beautiful combination to have a Vive or a Rift or an Odyssey or something like that, and then to also have a PlayStation VR. I think it's a really good combo, because then basically you can look at the most wanted overall, like the best VR games, period. In fact, we just updated this recently. So I can show you guys real quick. Hold on a second here. We just updated our overall rankings, like the best of the best of the best. These are the best VR games, period. And if you go to vrrankings.com, at the very top, there's a number of different categories. And one of it is overall rankings. And then there's a drop box. You click on the Hot 100, and it'll give you the 100 best VR games, regardless of platform. And this was just updated. Let's take a look at this really quick. You can see this was just updated on September 11th. Just updated on September 11th. And the number one game on this chart's Skyrim VR, which is available for all the headsets. Then we have Gorn, it's only for PC VR. Beat Saber, currently only for PC VR. Onward, currently only for PC VR. And then you start to get to the stuff that people are a little bit jealous about if you have PlayStation VR. And I mean, if you don't have PlayStation VR, you start to get jealous of some of this stuff. Resident Evil 7, number 5. We come down here, Echo Arena, that's PC VR. Fallout 4, PC VR. Then you got Firewall 0 Hour coming in at number 8 overall. You got Rec Room on all major VR platforms. You got Wipeout Omega Collection, again, only PSVR. You know, you scroll down a little bit further here, you got Farpoint, only on PSVR. Let's see. Moss was only on PSVR, but now it's made its way over. But you know, you go down a little bit further here, PlayStation VR Worlds, maybe the 26th best VR game across all platforms. Rush of Blood, another PSVR exclusive. Let's continue to scroll down here. Will we eventually get to another PSVR exclusive? Not seeing any for a while here. So you're surviving pretty well at this point. But yeah, we have updated our overall rankings. Lots of great stuff. You have to get all the way down to like, well, here's Drive Club VR. Drive Club VR is an exclusive static, a really good puzzle game. You also get down to stuff like Bound. I think people are really missing out on Bound. And Tumble VR. Tumble VR is made by Supermassive Games. Incredible, awesome puzzle game as far as that goes as well. So you can check out the Hot 100, best 100 VR games, all platforms. We recently did update that. So there is a lot of great PSVR stuff to go ahead and check out. So Ray Delatorre, what is up? How's it going? T-Dub, Ekin Hawk, personally, he says I would get a good PSVR bundle deal. In fact, you know, we have these bundles that are coming very soon, right? We have like the Astrobot bundle coming very soon. That's a good opportunity to go ahead and jump into there. Tom Lloyd says games being played now on Steam show Standout near the top. Why is it not on your list? Standout is somewhere on here. It really just depends. We have our rankings. See, the way we make our lists, it works like this. So people send us their top 20 favorite HTC Vive games, or their top 20 Oculus Rift games, or their top 20 PlayStation VR games, or sometimes they send us a top 10. And we take all that information and we run it through our little like algorithm kind of a thing, which creates the rankings. And let's see, if I go to Oculus Rift, I know Standout ranked pretty well, I think, on the Oculus Rift rankings. But yeah, I mean, everybody has their own game that they're really into. It just depends. It really just depends. Let's see, where did Standout rank? Looking for it. I'm not seeing it right now. But yeah, I know it ranks somewhere on here. I don't want to waste too much time trying to find it. But Standout was 108. Okay, it was 108. Let me switch over to this little web browser window. Okay, see right here, Standout, 108. I Expect You to Die, 107. Right after it, Dreadhalls. Right after that, Ultra Wings. Right after that, Smashbox Arena. Right after that, The Exorcist, Legion VR, Wanted Killer VR, Furious Seas. See, above it here, you got Rick and Morty, you got the Brookhaven Experiment, Everspace, Batman. It just depends. It just depends on how all these things shake out. And this is the top 200 Oculus Rift games currently available. This was updated September 3rd. So my suggestion for anybody out there, if you're looking at these rankings and you feel like these rankings are garbage, these rankings don't show what the best games are in your opinion, you're looking at a lot of these games and you don't feel like these games belong, well, all you got to do is send us your top 20. Send us your top 20, and then that way in the next rankings, your information will be added into the mix and it could change things a little bit. Now, it's not going to affect it a ton. Ray Delatorre says, Anthony Schwarzenegger. Yeah, no, dude, look at me. I am very flabby. I'm flabby. One of the reasons I kind of like wearing this little tank top here is maybe it will inspire me to start working out some more. Kev Gret says I'm showing guns off. I wish I had guns. You know, like that movie Guns Out, Suns Out. I mean, not the movie, but what was that movie with, what's his name? You know, the comedy duo, 21 Jump Street, but the sequel where, you know, he wears the Guns Out, Suns Out tank top. I remember seeing that movie and thinking, man, I wish I could wear a tank top. And I used to have super flabby arms, but I've actually started to like lift a little bit, but like hardly nothing. Anyway, Ekin Hawk says, yeah, thanks for the gun show. That is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Ray Delatorre says, don't forget Wipeout. We do not forget Wipeout. None of us forget Wipeout. Phil Yarn says, I need that Doom VR link. Not sure what he's talking about here. Oh, he came for VR, but he stayed for the gun show. So freaking hilarious. Yeah, if only there were actual females in my audience. I think my audience is like 99.99999% male. If there is a female that is watching this show, jump into chat and say, hi, I am a female. because I don't know that you exist. I really don't know. You know what's crazy, guys? We've gone for 15 minutes. I have not done my intro. I have not done my intro. In fact, there's been a couple of days where I completely forgot to do the intro. So let's go ahead and do the intro. Let's do the intro here. Hold on a sec. So let's see, game trailer window. Here we go. Okay, I'll let this run one more time because we couldn't do this. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. So let's see here. VR Game Rankings is the channel that you are currently tuned into. Daily Vlog Live, episode 190, Nina. 190, Nina. We are pretty far along. We are almost at episode 200, Wednesday, September 12th. And you know what? What happens is when you're doing a daily show, they stack upon each other pretty goddamn fast. And not only am I doing a daily show, like some people do a show like Monday through Friday, I'm doing it every single day, guys. Every single day. Main Fan says if you get guests working, we can do dual tank tops, brah. Dual tank tops, brah. Yeah, I do have this special guest window. Have not been able to get this working over here. Continue to have problems. Was trying to do it with Skype and continue to have some problems with that. So that has not worked out. Let me go ahead and put on a different trailer just a second. Why do we need an intro? I mean, you don't need an intro. Like, that's why it doesn't really matter. But it's like I make these intros. The intro really is for somebody that doesn't know much about the show. And then they see, oh, this is episode 199. This is something called the Daily Vlog. You know, I mean, that's kind of what it is about there. Apologies. Man, my throat. Need another sip of water. See, I really should be muting my microphone at moments like this or pumping up the audio on these trailers. But sometimes I'm scared to mute my microphone because I have this irrational fear that I'm never going to unmute it, and then I'm going to be like 30 minutes of doing a show and everybody's going to be like, no audio, no audio, no audio. There we go. Another thing too is I have a banana in case of emergency. This is break open in case of emergency if my stomach starts gurgling, because I haven't had much of a breakfast at all. But yeah, we are going to try to have a guest on this show in the near term. Just have to figure it out. But it's eventually coming. It's absolutely going to happen. So we're going to have guests at a certain point in time. This is, of course, A-Tech Cybernetic. We're just having this in the background. Simon Jones, Ray Delatorre says, I like the intro. The intro is actually craptacular. It really is. But I made it myself, folks. I made it myself. I watched like a YouTube how to make an crappy intro outro video. And I just followed the guide and made the intro myself. And I have no skills at this stuff. Trust me, I have no skills. I am hoping for somebody that kind of knows how to make an intro to maybe help me with an intro for the new show that is going to be starting soon, the new name, the new logo, the new channel, all of that. So Paul Smith says, wearing very few clothes, dude, I'm not naked underneath here. I'm wearing a tank top. Like, people walk around wearing tank tops. Wearing very few clothes, eating a banana. What is this show turning into? Yeah, and let's go ahead and put some Amaze 3D trailer on, or let's put Box VR or Yoga VR. We can just go full Monty with that whole thing, right? Okay. So let's see. Do we have any minor stories into? And we do have some minor stories. Well, I have one minor story anyway. Let's take a look at a new game trailer that popped out yesterday. Now, this is Wrench VR. Let's take a look at this for a second. Gotta love those engine noises, right? I broke into the banana. I had to break glass. I had to start it already. I was already feeling, well, I had the tiniest of breakfasts. So I barely touched a breakfast. Dr. Freeman, do you got a license for those guns? Dude, you guys are giving me a really false impression of of this. Really false impression. I really wish I had some legit guns. That would be super awesome. But anyway, yeah, the banana is in the building. The banana is in the building. But what do you guys think about this wrench? This wrench game? I mean, I have a feeling that this wrench game is going to do tremendously well with the audience of HTC Vive owners that are constantly rebuilding their engine in their garage, and they have like multiple engines lined up in their garage. They've got cars parked on their front yard, a whole bunch of cars parked in their front yard, and they're rebuilding this engine, they're rebuilding that engine. They got a Carmen Ghia with a Porsche engine. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? This game is going to sell so incredibly well with this very tiny segment of the population that it's going to be a smash hit, because we've got literally millions upon millions, Christina millions of auto mechanics that love VR. Auto mechanics in VR, it's like bread and butter. So, but no, all goofiness set aside, this is actually super interesting to me. And one of the things that I had mentioned a long time ago, and I think this is going to happen more with augmented reality than it's going to happen with virtual reality, but I can imagine a time in the not too distant future where you use your AR goggles and you go to your car and you pop open the hood of your car, and you're using your AR goggles, you're looking into your engine, and all of that, and it's going to be like, like Terminator style. It's going to be like mapping everything out. This is your carburetor. This is, this is where your air filter goes. This is where you change your oil. And people like me that all I know how to do with my car is I know how to put gas in my gas tank. I know how to do that. I know how to put air in my tires. That's pretty much the extent of it. That is, I might kind of know how to put on my windshield wipers. I am completely inept at doing anything car related. And so something like this would be kind of cool, but one of the things about this is I think it's almost too deep like that. I think this is too far down the rabbit hole, because I'm not trying to learn how to put a Porsche engine in a Carmen Ghia, or take a Porsche engine out of a Carmen Ghia, or any of these crazy things. Like, I don't know anything about that. So I don't know, but I think it's a really cool concept. I think the guy that basically quit his job and he spent a year building this, I love that. I love that kind of passion. I love it when somebody just goes for his freaking dream and just says, fuck it. And if I don't sell 10 of these, fine, I don't sell 10 of these. But let's see what people are talking about here. Dr. Freeman says, I wonder if we will be able to drive our creations. James Davis 911 says, Wrench looks like a great training game. Jim Hall says, teaches people how to rebuild and supercharge their engines. Tom Lloyd, if they have a bunch of broken cars, they won't have time for VR. Most mechanics don't use VR, in my opinion. Only high-end mechanics would, I bet. Yeah, but you guys know who I'm talking about, right? That guy that has like 5 different cars across his lawn, and you might say, hey, dude, what are you doing with all these cars? Like, it kind of looks like a junkyard here. He's like, no. I've got a plan. I'm about to fix this one. I'm about to fix that one. You guys know who I'm talking about. Person says he's watching this on the bus because he needs to fix his car. So he really needs to get this Wrench VR. And Chevy says it looks educational to me. Yeah, it looks super cool. It looks super cool. I mean, I'm not going to lie. This does look really cool and interesting. Hopefully there will be some kind of demo or something to get a little bit of an idea about it. Okay, Kev Gret is checking in with some news, and he's saying that Upload VR has a review of Unearthing Mars 2. And I did see that. But not only did I see that, but it seems like it's a disappointing news for Unearthing Mars 2, because what I was kind of thinking about with Unearthing Mars 2 is maybe it's a sleeper. You know, maybe Unearthing Mars 2 could be a September sleeper. I was hoping for that. Doesn't appear to be the case. Okay, so here we are. Here we are, folks. This is Upload VR. And their number one story is how to download and install new custom songs on Beat Saber. Apparently there's an update. Some recent patches have broken a lot of how you do custom songs, so they've got a new guide for that. So that's pretty cool. They've got the 9 best PSVR games to play right now. We can judge that and see if their list is halfway decent. But here's the story Kev Gret was talking about. Unearthing Mars 2, the Ancient War review, best left buried. Ouch, that is pretty harsh. And you guys might hear some noise in the background. That is Job. Job has arrived. It's 11:27. This guy keeps coming later and later every single Wednesday when it comes to mowing the lawn. Later and later. Bow to Blood September update adds Easter eggs, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's check this Unearthing Mars, the Ancient War review here. And positives, impressive production values, some entertaining boss fights and weapons. Negatives, largely dull, on rails, shootouts, erratic design, story makes no sense, dialogue is forced. Okay, so that is Unearthing Mars. So that's a bit of a disappointment. Now, the good news, ladies and gentlemen, the good news is September is banging. We've got a ton of games. So if Unearthing Mars is a complete and utter dud, it's not a huge disaster for us because we've got a lot of other games that we can work with. So that's the good news. I was trying to see if I can find my Unearthing Mars trailer. And man, I don't know where my Unearthing Mars trailer is. So yeah, I hate it when I can't find a trailer right away because it really slows the show down and kind of disrupts everything. Where the hell is my Unearthing Mars trailer? Still don't know where it is. Okay, well, never mind. We'll forget about that. Let's see. But anyway, let's see what is going on here in chat. Tom Lloyd says, the guy with 5 cars already knows how to work on their cars. They mainly need time, and VR is a black hole of time, like most computers, and is why mechanics aren't your typical PC users. Logan68 says, I work for Toyota. Mechanics is a hands-on job, but cool as a learning tool. Yeah, well, I think with AR, like, you can be kind of walked through it a little bit. Chevy says, hi, Job. He's right out there. I can open the door. You might be able to see him. But when he gets really close to this door with the blower, that's when it kind of ruins the show a little bit in terms of volume. Steven Sales is checking in late. Love how Wolf 3D got updated, but I hate how you have to trigger plus joy to snap turn. Anyone try it out yet? Yeah, you guys that aren't playing the Wolfenstein 3D mod, what are you doing? Because it's fun, it's very similar to Compound, and it's 100% free. It's 100% free, so that is a beautiful thing. Okay, I do have one other minor little story to get into, and that is a brand new game that we've never heard about that was just announced like yesterday or the day before, and it is called The Heart of the Machine VR, okay? And so this is called The Heart of the Machine VR. This is just something to think about in the future. This is another newly announced game, and this game is coming to us from Defective Penguin Games. And we all know Defective Penguin Games. They're famous. Like, we know this company so well. They've done so many great things. Here are some screenshots for this upcoming game. And isn't it crazy, guys, the names of all these developers that we have? Defective Penguin Games. Like, what was this person thinking? Oh, I know what we'll name our studio, Defective Penguin Games. Yeah, that's it. But here's the different, we have different screenshots. We do not have a trailer for this. But what is this thing called again? It's something about The Heart of the Machine VR. Okay, so, and this screenshot here is from their website. This might be a different game. This might be a slightly different game, or maybe it's the same game. I'm not sure. But basically, what we're talking about here is the Heart of the Machine VR coming from Defective Penguin Games. And we like taking a look at some of these kind of unknown games. We don't know much about them. We don't know what's going on. But we keep them in the background. And then when we hear more about them, then we know more about them. And so that's kind of the deal there. So I kind of like to do this because we have a daily show every single day. Let's keep an awareness of some of these new games that are coming out down the pipe in the not too distant future. These are some of the pictures for Defective Penguin Games. Oh, you know what? I have a couple of interesting things to show you here. Let's go to full screen image. Okay, wait, that's Beat Saber. Okay, the Beat Saber arcade thing. Let me show you guys something else. Did anybody see this? Oh man, I gotta resize it. This is the problem with this image thing, is unless I get every image at 1920 by 1080, I gotta resize it. You guys see this image out there? VR Wars. The VR Wars. You see these PlayStation VR headsets coming in from the side. You got the Vive right here. You got some Oculus Rift TIE Fighter controllers out there. You got Rifts attacking. You got Palmer, of course, barefoot on top of the snow speeder. And you got Vive wands. I mean, where's like Samsung Odyssey? Where's the attack of the Pimax? Like, where's the attack of the Hammerhead Shark? Where's Star VR? We've got a lot of missing headsets there. But I thought that was kind of cool. Thought it was kind of funny. And then if we can go to another image here. Let me grab a different image. And I probably will, of course, have to resize this. And this, okay, these are the Vive wireless accessories. So if you buy a Vive wireless kit, this is like the whole entire thing that you get with it. And you can see your PCIe card, all these different little adapters and plugs and everything that you're going to have going with it. I saw that picture as well. Thought I would grab that as well. So we got some interesting things going on here. Let's see. Do we have any other game trailers to also get into? And, you know, I can throw this trailer on in the background. Okay, so you know that Kickstarter, Phil3.com? Well, here is a new video that they have where they show somebody, I don't know if this is Project Cars or Project Cars 2 or Assetto Corsa. I'm not sure which game this is, but they're playing one of those games, and they are in the motion simulator contraption that I believe is going to be in the near $3,000-ish kind of range. 2,500, somewhere around there. And let's take a look at this trailer for just a minute so I can finish some more of this banana, but not have to irritate you guys with my eating it. So let's check this out full screen for a sec. Cheers, guys. Cheers, guys. Yeah, so this is the Phil 3 Kickstarter. We've talked about this already, but you know what? The one thing I will say about this, that does look like a pretty heavy-duty simulator rig type of a deal. Like, that looks pretty freaking solid and pretty freaking legit. And it better be. It's freaking $2,500. You know, it's like a new hot tub or something. You know, so it better be. Or it's like buying a couple of 2080 Ti's. It's like buying two 2080 Ti. You can buy two 2080 Ti's and run them in SLI mode. Or you can buy this gigantic contraption and put it right in the center of your living room. And I'm sure your wife will love you forever about that. But yeah, that is Phil 3. Now, does anybody know why their name is Phil 3? Because every time I see this, for some reason I think in my head, feel there, like feel like you're there, but it's actually feel 3. So is it like 3 3 degrees of like motion simulation? Is that why it's called feel 3? Not sure about that, but let's see what people are talking about in chat in relation to some of this stuff. And Fluke says, would love to have a go on a motion sim platform in VR. Absolutely. I would love to try that. I'm willing to try any of these things. Although the one, have you guys seen the one where it flips you completely upside down? I don't know if I could do that. Don't know if I could do that because I think there would be a serious barf factor. Like when I go to the state fair and stuff, I don't go on those rides that constantly make you go upside down. Stereo Maximus says, thinking about picking up Project Cars 2 for $24 on Steam for the next 24 hours or so. I've heard good and bad. What do you guys think? You know, I think Mame Fan should comment in chat because I think Mame Fan has played Project Cars 2 from the very beginning, so he can probably tell you a lot about Project Cars 2. I've actually never tried Project Cars 2. Sar in, who I believe is a Pimax backer, he says, but I'll need another room just for it, so add this to the calculation. Yeah, you really need an extra little room for that thing. And Jim Hall says, movements seem very exaggerated. And he says, probably 3 degrees of freedom. Yeah, basically, I guess, or 3 degrees of like inertia or something. Okay, oh, VREM. VREM has the breakdown. It's 2 vertical axes plus 1 axle for rotation. So that is feel 3. Like you're feeling 3 different forces of inertia and those kinds of things, I guess, something like that. Jim Hall says, rather have D-Box for sim racing, but 5 times the cost. Yes, D-Box is crazy expensive. Main Fan says, Project Cars 2 is good, but he actually prefers Dirt Rally. Paul Smith says, I love Project Cars 2, but I have to run at medium on a 1080, and he'll try it again when the 2080 turns up. And Tom Lloyd says Assetto Corsa. That is his preference. He prefers Assetto Corsa. Okay. All right. So yeah, that is this Phil 3 thing, and it's a very long trailer. It's like 10 minutes long or something. I mean, not a trailer, but a video basically. And so there was that. So I did want to mention that. One other thing I can get into. Oh well, this is a minor little news story that we can talk about today. And this is Drunken Bar Fight. And Drunken Bar Fight's going to have a Halloween update. Let's check this out real quick. Probably a short trailer.
Except the costumes made it hard for me to recognize the usual derelicts. And after a while, they started to get on my nerves. Might have taken it a bit too far. I can only take so much from others. I should have just stayed at home with the porch light off.
Yeah, so that is Drunken Bar Fight, which is a game that has been available for a while. It is available on PlayStation VR. It's available on Steam. I think it's available on the Oculus Store as well. Drunken Bar Fight. It's a decent game. It's a fun game. It's a little bit different. There's a bit of a comedy factor to it, and it's a bit of some exercise too. This is actually a game that would be better with wireless. You really kind of get involved, grabbing beer bottles and slamming them on people, and just it's kind of fun. But the fun, I don't know, I feel like there's quite a bit of jank with this game as well, but I know they've improved it. The Monkey is the developer of this game, and that's their new logo there. Never seen that new logo. But basically, King Hell says, whoa, what have I just clicked into? Is this the gun show? It's just hilarious. Yeah, guns, baby. Gun Club VR. But basically, is anybody like really, really into Drunken Bar Fight? I had fun with it, but I don't know that I would give it like a huge recommendation. But I know the guy keeps updating it. Like he added this wedding mode where you're like up on a skyscraper on a balcony, and there it's like a wedding party, and that is kind of fun. And then now this is like the Halloween mode. So I'll probably try to jump into it and check out this Halloween mode with the zombies and all of that. Maybe check that out at some point. So that looks kind of cool. But yeah, just found out about that. But this is something that a lot of small indie developers, you have to do these kinds of things because you have to remind people, hey, my game still exists. You know, here's a Halloween update. So all the little websites like Upload VR and Road to VR and people like me have to mention, hey, there's a Halloween update for Drunken Bar Fight. It puts it back into the news, and then maybe they sell a handful of extra copies and they continue to survive. But that's what these indie developers, they got to do this. This is what they got to do. It's just the way the game is played nowadays. So that's Drunken Bar Fight. If anybody's played that a ton and has thoughts on it, go ahead and you can go ahead and check in with that. Okay, so what I do want to talk about briefly here is I want to talk a little bit more about Unknown Fate. And I played more of Unknown Fate yesterday. Now, the day before, I was stuck. I was stuck in this one spot, couldn't figure out what to do. And you know what I did? I went to YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. I turned to YouTube and I did some searches. And what did I find? I found Paradise Decay. Paradise Decay has a nice video on this game, and I went to the part where I was stuck, and Paradise figured it out and got past it. And so I saw, oh, Paradise got past this part, so I'll be able to get past this part. So I did get past that point in Unknown Fate, and I got a bit further into the game. And one of the reasons I wanted to bring this up actually is let me grab Unknown Fate on Steam, because I think the sale for this game is about to end very soon. There's probably only a few hours left in this sale, so I'll go ahead and bring up the Steam page and we can see what's going on here. Although my computer doesn't want to work anymore now. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. Unknown Fate on Steam. And we'll go ahead and grab this. Yeah, my computer just went to shit all of a sudden. It is going slow as hell. Hey, did anybody see that I tweeted out yesterday that Verizon is bringing a 5G home internet service to Sacramento starting on October 1st? October 1st. So I might be able to improve my internet by leaps and bounds, which is going to be super awesome. Okay, so yeah, my is sorry guys, I don't know what's going. My computer all of a sudden is acting like it's about to die. So my apologies if this stream is like really messing up right now. But the thing I wanted to mention here is there are 22 hours left. So there's still quite a while in this sale. It is $12.74. And this game is better. It is better than I thought it could be. It is better than I thought it would be. And it is not bad at all. Jay Benson, ladies and gentlemen, Jay Benson is in the building. Hold the hell up. Jay Benson is live, and we will highlight our boy Jay Benson. I'm putting this on for our boy Jay Benson. Okay, the reason I'm bringing Jay Benson up is I had somebody helping me with my website, Jesse, from in the Minnesota area, right? And he's been helping me with my website a little bit, VRGameRankings.com. He's written some reviews for the website, and I've basically been doing this live stream, and there's a Jay Benson that has been in the live stream, And I didn't put two and two together. I didn't realize it was the same Jesse that I had been working with as a helper for VR Game Rankings. And then finally one day I realized it and I'm like, oh my God, Jay Benson. And he is live and direct. So yeah, Jay Benson, he is a guy that has been helping us with VR Game Rankings. He's been doing he's been writing some of the reviews for the website, helping us out. And so much love to Jay Benson. Just wanted to say thanks for that. And I've been wondering when he'd come back and chat. That's why I made this little image here of Benson from the regular show. One of our favorite characters on the regular show, right? Everybody loves Benson, or everybody hates Benson, one or the other. Okay, but going back to Unknown Fate, I've gotten further in this game, and you know, it's pretty surreal. It's pretty cool. There's some downsides to it though. Like, I have not found any way to get around this game other than teleporting. So I think teleporting is the only way to get around this game. The puzzles seem kind of easy to me. There's some voice acting that is not very good in this game as well. You kind of have like you're exploring this surreal world and you don't know what is going on. And there's a guy that's doing the voiceover, and it kind of sounds like they got one of the devs to do the voiceover. So that doesn't sound very good. But you know what? There is a really cool aspect to Unknown Fate that I got into last night. Let me see if I can get a picture of it. I can show you guys. Hopefully they have a picture of this mode on... man, I guess they don't on the Steam page. I'm trying to see if I can find a picture here. No, I'm not seeing it. Okay, well, in this video here, there's one point in Unknown Fate where you activate something and you go into this alternate reality that looks really trippy. Everything is black and white, and there's these little creature guys that are walking around. It looks really, really kind of weird and really, really kind of... I'll show you when we get to it. Okay, so here's the trailer right here. Like, yeah, all of this looks pretty good. It is strange. It is surreal. It's kind of Stranger Things. The upside down world kind of reminds me of that. And let's see, when do we get to this other kind of environment here? Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And it's coming up. It's coming up. It's got to be coming up. Keep going, keep going. God damn, will it ever show? Right there, right there. Okay, and for a split second, it shows that. But it's like this weird black and white world. And I was in that part last night, and that was cool. And basically, the bottom line that I'm saying with this game here, Unknown Fate, is it's not bad. It is not bad, ladies and gentlemen. It's kind of interesting. If you really like mysterious stuff, if you really like kind of supernatural, interesting worlds, the kind of worlds that we are going to experience in VR is going to be so awesome, because basically what we're going to experience is, you know, when someone has a weird dream, a really freaky dream, and the next day they're trying to tell you about your dream, about their dream, and you're like, who wants to hear a story about somebody's dream? But in VR, we can create that dream world and then say, okay, here, jump into my dream world. This is kind of what my dream world looked like. And that's kind of what Unknown Fate is, like, this twisted, weird dream world that is pretty cool, pretty interesting. Not the greatest game in the world, but definitely a decent game for $12.74. Of course, the real question is, are you going to spend that money? Are you going to spend $12.74 on something like Unknown Fate, or are you going to throw that money into something like Windlands 2? Windlands 2 is available today. Ladies and gentlemen, how many people are grabbing this? How many people are jumping on this? What is the deal? Okay, so let's see what some of the people are talking about in chat. Max Grit says, that's what you're having to 5G right now as we speak. Woohoo! Ray Pope says, from my understanding, these wireless solutions like 5G were never designed to handle high volume traffic. Great for remote locations, but congestion will kill it. Well, I know there was a story about 5G in Sacramento and Houston. There's like 4 different cities. Let me see. Verizon 5G. It was in the news. Oh, The Verge. Okay, The Verge had a story on this. See, I happen to check this out on The Verge. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about real quick. So here it is. Verizon will launch 5G home internet service starting October 1st. Houston, Indianapolis, Los Angeles, and Sacramento. Hey, I'm in Sacramento, and trust me, I need better internet service. What I have right now is AT&T Uverse, and it freaking sucks. It is slow as hell. It is lame as hell. Okay, and what they're talking about here, though, is this isn't true mobile 5G, which will be the more impactful rollout of the new internet speed standard. This is what they call, Verizon is calling it 5G home, quoting typical speeds of 300 megabits and peak speeds of nearly 1 gigabits, depending upon location. I don't know, but it's probably going to be better than Uverse. I'm hoping it's better than Uverse. Obviously, the mobile 5G is the bigger deal. But anyway, I'm just kind of excited about that because it happened to be Sacramento. You know, it happened to be Sacramento, so I just thought it'd be kind of cool. So anyway, let's see what else is going on here. Any other news stories? Well, we can, of course, let me just double check. Yeah, Jay Benson talking about Tobii eye tracking. That is impressive for Unknown Fate to have Tobii eye tracking, but I guess the only people that are experiencing it right now is if somebody has a Star VR headset and they have it built in already. Oh, Windlands 2. Yes, Windlands 2 is an Oculus exclusive. I have to remember that. Windlands 2 is an Oculus exclusive, so a lot of Vive players probably not going to drop $30 because you don't know how good is it going to work via Revive. Is it going to work really good in Revive? Or maybe you don't want to drop the 30 bones because you don't want to give money to developers that take exclusives like this, and you want to try to punish them. And hey, that's a perfectly valid opinion to have. It certainly is. Yeah, so it is not on Steam. It is only on Oculus Store. So you have to decide whether or not you're going to go down that road. But I know we have some Oculus Rift owners that are in the building. Did you guys grab it? Did you guys grab Windlands 2 on the Oculus Store? MainFan says it's $25.49. That might be just for today. Let me see if I can look that up. Windlands 2 Oculus. See what it's showing in the Oculus Store. Windlands 2 Oculus. Yeah, $25.49. It is showing this in the on the Oculus Store here. Well, no, it shows $29.99 right there. You can get it in the bundle with the original Windlands for $40, but I don't know that that's well, I guess $10 more you're getting the original Windlands there. It's showing it as $29.99 though. So I don't know. I don't know if there is a discount because it did show a pre-order. Like, look, right here it says $25.49 pre-order. But I don't know if that's still going on. But $25.49, not a bad deal by any stretch of the imagination. So Jay Benson says Pimax stretch goal was eye tracking for free, so it should have it eventually, I think. Yes, but it is going to be added on later, so it's probably going to be a little bit janky trying to add that on later. It's not Tobii eye tracking either. And Jay Benson says, and you could put Tobii on a Vive. Costs quite a bit to mod it, but it is possible. Is there somebody that is like specifically doing that where you can send your Vive somewhere and they will specifically add Tobii eye tracking to it? Curious about how much that would actually run. But anyway, we've been doing this show for about 55 minutes. We are not going to bounce out of here quite yet. But what I thought I could do is maybe take a quick look at some of the subreddits and just see what is going on here with some of these subreddits. Let's go to the let's go to the HTC Vive subreddit real quick. And they're talking about that racing demo in the VR Motion Simulator, the Kickstarter. We did watch that video. That was the Feel 3 Kickstarter. We did see that. They are talking about the article about the HTC Vive wireless adapter versus TP Cast. Has new photos of the HTC adapter, including PCIe card and antenna. I showed you guys that photo, but we can click on this story here And this story, it does have, it's kind of an interesting breakdown here because it has TP Cast, it has the Vive wireless adapter. They are both $300. They both use a 60 gigahertz wireless signal. This one works with Vive and Vive Pro. It talks about how many square feet, 20 square feet for the Vive one, about 16 square foot for TP Cast. You need this extra router. See, the extra router is really the real irritation. And the big con for the Vive one is that you have to get that little adapter that makes it kind of pricey here. But yeah, this is the breakdown of like the antenna and the PCIe card and all that stuff. So we do have that story that is going on the Vive subreddit. Let's see, what else are folks talking about? Wrench, the early access trailer, a lot of people talking about that. And that's pretty much over there. And let's go ahead and bounce on to Oculus and see what Oculus is talking about over here. Spotted today in Berlin, Germany. Let's see what this picture is. Oh, a gigantic Oculus Go advertisement. That's pretty cool. Nice to see that. I mean, that's the cool thing about Oculus and Facebook. They will spend a little bit of that money and they will try to make something happen here. Oculus Connect 5 speaker spotlight, Lucy Chin. So she is going to be giving a talk at Oculus Connect. And so that's cool. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be talking at Oculus Connect. I don't believe I am going to Oculus Connect because it's $300. And unless they send me another email that says, hey, we'll give you one last chance for $150, then I'll probably go. And I'll drive all the way to San Jose and I will try to check out everything at Oculus Connect for one day anyways. Wouldn't be there for 2 days, but for one day I'd do it. But instead I'm going to take that $300 and try to find somebody that is getting rid of their 1080 Ti. That is my hope. We're getting closer to September 20th when these 2080s come out and all that. And somebody that is moving on and moving up, I'm hoping to buy somebody's used 1080 Ti. So I figured that would be a better use of the not that I'm saying I'm going to get that for $300, but that $300 would be better to go towards that, in my opinion. They are talking about Winlands 2. It is live. It is available. They're talking about this guy. He quit his job 16 months ago. That is Wrench. We saw the trailer for that, so that is cool. Poker VR Championship, VR Wars. We saw that little picture there. That was kind of funny. Okay, and let's check a quick look at PSVR subreddit, just see if there's any late-breaking stories. Everybody's Golf reveal trailer. We have seen that, of course. Firewall update coming soon. Bow to Blood is going to have a September update that is going to add some extra little things there. So that is something to look forward to. And not much else is popping off over here. I'm trying to see if there's kind of any breaking news over here on PSVR. Not really seeing anything very specific. So that is that. All right, let's go ahead and head back to chat. All right, heading back to chat. And let's see. Gerard O'Hara says, great shout, Fluke. Be safe, all of you affected by the storms in the USA. Yeah, absolutely. If you are in the Carolinas, if you're in Georgia, if you're anywhere along the coast there, obviously the number one thing is to stay safe. Get indoors, board your windows up, do all those sorts of things, and just play a shitload of VR until the power goes out. And if you had one of those Tesla battery pack things in your garage, you could play VR for like 4 days with no power, I believe, something like that. VRium says, will PlayStation have its Go version before release PlayStation VR 2? Not sure. Paul Smith says he just bought Winlands 2 for just barely over £20. He already owns Winlands 1. Hybrid Energy says, darn, just got here. Hello, all nice blue wife beater. Yeah, this isn't a wife beater. It's an actual like tank top shirt. It's not a wife beater. I guess I should have backed up a little bit. Not a wife beater. Yeah, they roasted me earlier. Plenty. Talking about guns out, suns out. But Hybrid, you guys know we start every day, 11 a.m. Pacific time, except for tomorrow. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. Pacific. So a really, really late show for all of you guys. Airman 929565, South Carolina. I have a generator. VR through the storm. Yeah, and there should be some cool storm experiences in VR. Like we need the perfect storm VR. His new name is Muscles. Yeah, Muscle Man from the regular show. I love Muscle Man. I love the way he talks. Dude, your mom, my mom. You know, all his little voices and stuff. So awesome. Okay, well, anyway, guys, I need to bounce out of here. I'm starting to get like really hungry, like lunch style hungry. So let me go ahead and put on my outro trailer. That banana didn't quite cut the mustard. So let's go ahead and put on our outro trailer. And yeah, so this was, of course, the VR Game Rankings Daily Vlog Live. It has now concluded, but definitely subscribe to the channel, like the video. Go ahead and leave a comment. You guys can leave a comment on the YouTube video page, and I will try to feature some of these comments later, you know. So I want to, like, if you're not here for the show live, I still want to give an opportunity for people to kind of come up later and have a comment and maybe feature some of that. So I need to do maybe a little bit better job of that. But remember, 2 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow. I have a doctor's appointment, so 2 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow. So I will see you guys then. Those of you that are playing Windlands 2, what your thoughts? What's going on with Windlands 2? Do you really like it? And if anybody picks up Unknown Fate, definitely curious for your thoughts about Unknown Fate. Are you enjoying it? Is it kind of interesting? How is all of that? So anyway, guys, we will see you tomorrow. Take it easy. Later.